again.
That is 4 questions. The first one is what is your favorite opening for black and white, respectively, and why?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Because actually a good player has to like all of the variations. If I should choose, with white I like the English attack against the Sicilian, against the Scheveningen and Neidorf. In the previous month, I had a lecture, a camp about that also. And with black, I like maybe mostly the King's Indian lines when we have a strong attack on the king side against the white king. You know, it's very hard to say why, because the point is always that which is more near to our style. I'm an attacking chess player. I like the offensive play. I like to attack the opponent, and that's why these are more comfortable for me, more suitable. This is the reason. And of course, these are more risky than the positional lines, but as I am an attacking player, I like it more.
Second question, how should I do endgame preparation? I want to be really good at it.
In the end games, yes, you want to be improved in the end games. Yes. Actually, this is true for all part of the chess. You would be always much better if you work on that. Work on that not once, not only 2 times, many times. You read books, you practice on websites also. So if you practice day by day, you will be definitely better. This was a very good idea, this question, because usually many players, especially after the beginner level, because they think that they never reach the end game, because in the middle game or after the opening the game, it will happening something, but it's not true, because the game is balanced. Then it's many times it is going to an end game. So especially rook end games are the most common, so it's very important to study them, especially the theoretical ones. On the last week, I was showing many interesting theoretical examples about that. So yeah, I can just recommend that study good books, or as you want, or as you can reach, and practice many, and you will be better in the end games. First of all, let's see, or you should see theoretical end games, and then the practical one, because otherwise the simplification is not so easy.
So third question, how can I become good at tactical calculations?
How can to become yes, actually I think I give the answer in the previous question already, also with many practice. I can say that the tactical practice is very important, because most of the times the game is deciding on the calculation. So it's very important, but there is a big advantage compared to the end games. Much easier you can practice that, because puzzles you can find everywhere a lot. So you can find on the internet websites, you can find many chess books also. So solve puzzles is very easy. Even if you are, for example, not at home, if you travel somewhere in the train or plane, you can also see the books and try to solve puzzles. I remember when I was young and I was traveling to my coach, then the internet was still not so improved like nowadays, then I always solved many puzzles there.
Question 4. What opening do you recommend for a player who is neither very aggressive, not very passive?
Yeah, okay, it depend on how the opponent play. So basically, if we would like to play sharper openings, we would like to play open variations. Like for example, if I say with white, open Sicilian is sharper than the closed Sicilian. So for example, e4, c5, knight f3, and then we should play d4, and then we play a sharper stuffs than positional. But of course, the chess is very complex. So if you have after the opening, for example, more positional, more solid way, it can be also changed very quickly. Of course, not possible to attack every time. So if the opponent want to avoid that, there are solid ways also. For example, if I say maybe against the king Sindir or something like that, but then you also don't have in any danger compared to the sharp lines. So everything has advantage and disadvantage also. But even in the positional plays also something will happen if you fight ambitiously, and it will be change the balance almost every time.
And question 5, is there an age beyond which improvement becomes impossible?
Any age? Yes, if your question was that when, for example, you are too old for the chess, I cannot say not really. Not really. Of course, much better to start in a younger age if you want to reach a very high level, but it's never late. Especially that's why, because the chess is very useful in the everyday life. So if I can just recommend for everybody to play chess, practice that, learn that, especially with the coach. That is very important, because the improvement is much better with that. But I cannot say that you shouldn't start or something like that. Every age you can, and every time you can find that how can you enjoy. You can play on online also. If your question was that you want to become a grandmaster or a really super player, but maybe you are 30 years old or something like that, of course that is much harder and not so easy, because that time is already different. Usually we have something job that time already, so we can say this for everything, for every job. If you can start earlier time, that is much better, but I can say it's never too late.
And that was it?
Yes. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the session.
Okay, thank you very much, Tamas, for the great host and the moderator. And also I would like to thank for everybody to watch it today, and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.